The day that Jordan was diagnosed was just really traumatic.
I remember going to the wrong hospital. There was the Arnold Palmer, and then there was the ORMC, and we went to the wrong one and had to turn around. And all through this, our daughter was in a diabetic coma, and it was a scary day.
I just remember it being a normal day, no one's sick, normal day, and then boom.
I just remember getting a phone call when I was at work from my wife Kim that Joey was in the emergency room because his blood sugar was well over 600, and it kind of was just a big shock.
It was kind of similar to when she was born. I remember telling Karen, who on earth's idea was it to let us take a child away from the hospital? We don't know what we're doing. And it was the same thing. You know, we left the hospital and we were responsible for checking blood sugar, counting carbohydrates, giving insulin shots, and we were clueless.
With type 1 diabetes, it is an urgent situation. You can't wait and go to the doctor next week or get an injection when you have time. You have to get it now in order to live.
From eating the same things to eating on regular schedules, we have decided to take a pack and we're going to stand by him and do it with him.
First at diagnosis, you think that life is not going to go back to being normal, but you just learn to make it a part of your everyday schedule.
I get one of these out, and then you put them in this thing, and then you pull this thing down, and then you press it on the little triangle part, and blood comes out, and then you scoop it. Okay, this worked this time. And then you're gonna see what your numbers were. Mine is 153.
Our night routine is different than the day routine because I can't rely on Taylor as much to tell me how she feels because of her, she's asleep. And a perfect example is last night. She was 54 at 2 o'clock in the morning. Had we not have checked her at 2 o'clock in the morning, we may have had an emergency situation in the middle of the night.
I usually have to test my blood sugar about 4 times a day. I have to count my carbs, see how much carbs I eat in the food, make sure I give the right amount of insulin so I don't have a high blood sugar.
He gets 2 insulin shots a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, and he's been great, just great about it.
I have to do the pinchy because I have the special blood. A pinchy is a shot. Nick Jonas has special blood.
He does? From the Jonas Brothers? Wow.
And we have the movie of them.
Really?
And they growed up in New Jersey.
I am truly amazed at how Taylor's school has taken ownership of her disease. She just started first grade, and her teacher, for example, read a book from the first day of school to the second day of school, and she asked questions I had never even thought of.
School has been great. They've read all the literature, and so they know the symptoms to look for. I personally still go to school every day and test them at lunch.
Well, at school, I deal with my diabetes. I usually take care of it all by myself. I bring my meter, I test my blood sugar, I'll give myself the right amount of insulin.
You've got a lot of friends at school. I mean, how did you explain your diabetes to them?
I found it hard to explain it to my friends because they didn't understand what it was.
The biggest fear I have for Gabriel is because he was diagnosed, he's 3, almost 4, that he'll never know what it's like not to be diabetic until they get a cure.
My biggest fear would be, from an emotional standpoint, that she becomes depressed, that she feels such a burden from the daily routine and from being different.
My biggest fear any given day with Taylor when she's not with one of us or with our incredible nanny who can do this as well as we can is that somebody's going to miss something that we know to look for.
People need to understand that it's a lifelong disease, that it's a chronic disease, that it just doesn't flare up on occasion and you take something or you treat it, but you treat it hourly.
Everyone thinks that insulin is a cure, but it's a lifeline.
I'm still a normal person in that I can still do normal activities like everyone else. I just have to make sure my blood sugar is okay.
I would want them to know that this could happen to anyone, and there is no necessary family history. There is no way of predicting type 1 diabetes. It's not in David's family, it's not in my family.
Watching people involved in the JDRF, my reaction is I just met all these great mentors and giving people. I think for us it made us better people and better parents, that there's so much giving that goes on.
I'm appreciative of their time, and those people that donate their financial resources, obviously that's amazing, and I'm very appreciative of that.
I think it's wonderful that there's people out there who are anonymous and you don't realize that they're who they are when they're donating their money to this great cause, and I'm very appreciative for that.
I really feel glad that people want to support me and other people with diabetes. It makes me feel great that people care.
People who have no association donate their time, donate their money, and do extraordinary things. It's a wonderful byproduct of a bad diagnosis.
It's very heartwarming, and you feel like part of the team, part of a family.
I would scream.
I'd probably cry. You know, I'm sure that's what I'd do.
If we got a call next week that we'll get it one day.
I play the same dream over and over in my head every night, that that's going to happen.
I would just be overwhelmed with joy and want to sit down and share that with Jordan immediately, and then spread the news to every family that is impacted by this disease.
That would be good. That'd be great.
What if Dr. D called you up and said, Gabriel, you never have to get another Pinchy ever again? How would you feel about that?
Happy.
Yeah?
Because I don't like Pinchies. I just want to eat and eat junk food.